Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4. We're looking at a mod that... Okay, my bird apparently doesn't want to be quiet and wants to say hello. We're looking at the Age of Discovery mod. Um, so it starts in 1500, so you can see here there's some ancient kingdoms and stuff going on. Although the map looks a little off for what it should actually be, but hey, that's fine. What are you gonna do? It's a video game. It's not terrible. Um, Scotland and England are fine. Castile and Aragon, Portugal is fine. France is a little fatter than it should be. Um, Italy is very wrong. Uh, Venice actually looks not too bad. Hungary also doesn't look too bad. There was no Commonwealth at this time. It would have been the Grand Duchy of Lithuania. I don't believe the Poland-Lithuania was really a thing at this point. Teutonic Order would have been the Livonian Order, or the Livonian Confederates. Um, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, pretty much dead on. Muscovy is way too big. And the Ottomans are about the right size. The Safavids, though, I think they were there, but they were very fractured. Very fractured by this point. And the Mamluks, yeah, it's pretty accurate. That's not too bad. Um, in the east, also not too bad. Ming Dynasty, there was a Khanate. In the north, Korea was semi-independent. Tibet was tribal. Yeah, it's not too bad. Except for Mongolistan. What a weird one. And also Japan. Japan was a thing in the 1500s. They're, not really interacting, but whatever. Um, Also, Castile has um, apparently some provinces in the Caribbean. The Incas and the Aztecs are there, and then there's some African stuff. But yeah, a lot of it's undiscovered. It is because Hoi has to have an owner. It's owned by tribes with no anything, nor will they create anything if the mod is working correctly. We did have a mod once where these nations actually in Battle Royale went after the empty land. So that can create some interesting dynamics as they discover, quote unquote, all this stuff. Um, but yeah, we'll see how all this works out. So we're just gonna start it here. Now we've got some pretty strong players all throughout Europe. France, the Holy Romans, the Commonwealths are quite strong. The Ottomans are fairly strong at this point in history. We'll see how well they do. They're going to war immediately against the Venetians. Aragon and France are at war. Of course, Portugal and Castile going at it. The Holy Romans going after the Papal States, not too surprised there. Commonwealth actually going after Muscovy. Muscovy not actually super duper strong. They are a weaker state, and they don't actually have an army, which is kind of crazy. I thought they'd at least have some army. The Teutonic Order with its small military also going after Muscovy, trying to gain some very valuable Muscovite land. Looks like the Swedes as well. Or actually, they're going after the no man's land. Yeah, Yemen and stuff, so you can see they are trying to invade the land that nobody owns. So they're trying to move like north here, I think. Yemen, where are you going? You're really going nowhere. Which is totally fine too if they really want to take over land. Oh, the Safavids are invading the Mamelukes. Oh my god. Wow. But you can see here, like the Khanate is going north into this land, trying to take some population, mostly because they don't really have factories. I think Mongolistan's doing the same. Yeah, they have small armies. The Ming are quite strong. The Qing down here, what's left of them, there's really nothing there. Oh, Mamelukes were annexed, so they're gone. It looks like Venice is being attacked on all sides now, and Italy is just completely gone. Just wiped right out. Venice has quite a decent army, though. They'll probably hold it for at least a little bit. They would have been fine if it was just against the Ottomans. They could have choked them and split, but they're going to be crushed down by a much larger Holy Roman Empire army. And France going after Castile, now that Aragon is out of the way, and Portugal's out of the way. France, huge, huge continental army. Castile's going to try, but I don't think they're going to have the spuff. Yes, oh my goodness, my bird is very vocal right now. Mind you, Castile does have their overseas territories to pull from, so. The Inca, slowly taking over along with the Aztecs. They will meet eventually. Siam declared war on Khmer, which is essentially Cambodia and southern Vietnam. They do have troops. Siam also has troops. Not a whole... Actually, no, Khmer doesn't have any troops. The Bengal Sultanate is also attacking Siam, though, and they are moving in quick, and they have a good-sized army. Delhi taking over quite a bit of land here, going after Tibet now. It looks like the... I don't even know how to pronounce that. Vijayanagara? I don't even know. These guys are, who are they even at war with? Oh, they're at war with the nobody. Okay. That's totally fair. You'll see a lot of these African kingdoms do that too. They'll develop an army and then move outwards. Ethiopia is doing that now, moving down the coast. Which is good for them. Good for Ethiopia, trying to expand. Safavids declared war on Morocco now, so the Safavids have managed to get that far. They're now going to go after a Morocco, which has no army. So that's not going to be a difficult takeover. Looks like the Safavids are really going Africa first here. Now they tend to be weaker, at least in the start, because the Ottomans have really pressured them for a while. Oh, against Hungary, who is already at war with Moldova. Wow, Moldova has quite the military. Wow, that's a lot of troops. Hungary does not have that many. I think Moldova outnumbers them. Wow, that's impressive. Commonwealth declared war on the... Yeah, Muscovy was annexed. Teutonic Order got some interesting... wow, those borders. And the Holy Roman Empire is declared war on the Danes now, who are taking care of the Swedes. There goes Morocco. And the Safavids are going to go Delhi Sultanate on Mongolia. Yemen on Oman. Oman's got only one troop, so Yemen will take this one probably. Unless Oman can develop more troops. Castile and France still ongoing, very long war. Be a very bloody war. French have taken 200,000 casualties. Castile has taken 108,000. They are also at war with England, apparently. But they're not able to invade them, because even in 1500, the naval power just probably isn't in their favor. Yeah. I guess there's no air superiority. So, they have convoys. Both of them have convoys. England has no oil, though. Not that that matters. But yeah, France is bogged down in a long war with Castile. That could be quite bad. Castile 70 factories. France does have more factories as well as a larger army. But they are struggling. And it seems like it's an equipment problem. Oh my god, yeah. Huge compared to Castile, who actually has a very small surplus, but does have a surplus. Whereas the French absolutely do not. Oh my god. No wonder they're having trouble. France also running out of manpower, whereas Castile still has pretty okay, very stable manpower. So that actually could push Castile into a victory. That is entirely possible. crazy. The Safavids have met up with the Ethiopians as both move into Africa. The Incas now declaring war on more tribal, undiscovered land. They're going to own all of South America, and the Aztecs are going to own all of North America. That's how this is going to go. Commonwealth declared war on Mongolistan. Oh my goodness. Look at the Ming. So there's no undiscovered land up here now. The Ming own it all. Wow. And the Ming are at war with Mongolistan, by the looks of it. No. Who are they at war with? Oh, still the nobody. Okay. They're still invading, or trying to invade. They'll probably go after the Khanate, though. The Delhi Sultanate moving into Mongolistan as well, with a decent army. Yep, there it goes. Delhi Sultanate declared war on the... Yep, there we go. Commonwealth declared war on the Teutonics. Sweden's still alive, only because of the Holy Roman Empire's invasion of Denmark-Norway. The Teutonic Order, I don't think, will last very long against a Commonwealth attack here. Looks like Castile's actually pushing the French back. They've taken the shoreline here, and are now fighting north and fighting for Zaragoza. So that's actually really good. French troops still looking not super greatly equipped, whereas the Castile ones definitely are. And the Ottomans still fighting that Hungarian war. It looks like the Moldovans have not decided to push. And it looks like the Moldovans, the reason they couldn't win that is again because of equipment. Whereas the Hungarians are actually okay. The Ottomans are doing pretty bad on infantry. That would explain why that war is still ongoing. Despite, you know, an obviously larger power. The Bengal Sultanate going after the Khmer, taking them out and forming quite a nice Southeast Asian empire. The Delhi Sultanate still fighting the Khanate of Oirat. The Delhi definitely have more troops. Yeah, and there goes... So the Bengal now at war with the South Indian Empire there. So we're starting to see some pretty key players. China's got a lot of troops, but they also have a lot of land to cover. Alright. The Teutonic Order actually doing, for some reason, okay against Poland. I'm not super sure why. If we go into Poland here, or the Commonwealth, well-organized troops and well-funded. If they just made one major push on the Teutonics, they would easily win and overtake the Teutonic troops. Like, I'm not really sure what the Commonwealth is waiting for here, but they are... I don't really know. 61 divisions on, like, 13? Maximum? 8. Right? Why is the Commonwealth having trouble? It looks like the Commonwealth's starting to push now, maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on here. But the Commonwealth really needs to get its crap together. Ethiopia declared war on the Congo. So we're starting to see these tribes in Africa being used up, and these powers. So Ethiopia being an African power, and the Safavids starting to become a major African player. So they're moving their troops, yeah, down and around to take out these guys. Yemen's still doing Yemeni things. Oh, the Delhi Sultanate has broken through the line of the Oirat here. They'll make pretty quick work. The Bengals fighting the South Indian Empire, the V's. I don't know, the Gara Empire, Vijayagara. And there goes Congo, not surprised. They've surrounded a few of their troops, and one of them in a major city. Though it does look like they did push a little bit, but that's probably because Bengal's army was down in Cambodia, South Vietnam, fighting. Ah, there we go. The Commonwealth made a major push there, and is absolutely destroying the Teutonic Order. The Swedes have declared war on them now as well, now that they've built up probably a little bit more strength. Although the Commonwealth now wants a piece of them, which is understandable. Who is this little island? Oh, that's Denmark, Norway's capital. They haven't surrendered, right? They still own it just enough to keep going. Like, they're very close. Same with like the Venetian Republic. So the Venetians have probably some Aegean islands, probably. Some holdings somewhere that keep them alive, which is just beyond sad. Oh, the French are making major pushes all of a sudden. So it looks like the French have regrouped, reorganized. Yeah, they seem to have better equipment now. And are making a pretty conceited push for Madrid, which is bad for Castile. Losing Madrid would not be good. Well, they're close to surrendering. They also have more divisions now than France. France has 49, whereas Castile has 61. France still does have more factories, though. However, if the French can beat Castile quickly, take those factories and build up their infantry equipment and stuff, they'd be in a good position. It's just hard to say whether that will happen. You can see Castile's pushing back once again. Where the French were on the doorstep of Madrid, now they're getting pushed back from that line. Crazy. Yeah, 39 military factories for Castile. Oh, 39 for France, so it's even. That's really not where just Acadia was, but okay. Oh, Castile is at war with the Aztecs as well. So Castile has some troops, quite a few troops, in North America, which could be what hindered them against the French. What? Resurgent Mali Empire and Ethiopia are at war? I'm waiting for the Safavids to go to war with them, personally. But the Chinese are getting really powerful. Wow. We haven't seen a China victory in a very long time. So the Delhi Sultanate is at war with the Bengal Sultanate, who is at war with these guys here. Who are the Chinese at war with right now? Are they still at war with just... yeah. They could go to war with basically anybody. And they're at war with, technically, Japan. Ethiopia. Again, continuing to bowl across the African continent. $11 divisions total. Not bad. And Sweden's almost being eaten up here. Looks like there's just a stalemate here. Once somebody else joins the war, it'll be a bit different. Or if one side can recover its equipment. Closest Castile. Aztecs are getting closer to capitulating, although Castile's taken a lot of casualties. Though mostly from the French. Oh wow, yeah. Pretty much all from the French. That's pretty hardcore. 50 to 1, basically, casualty-wise, on that Aztec Empire War, which is huge. Sweden was annexed. Commonwealth declaring war on... I would assume it's because of this. Although they'll probably declare war on Denmark or Norway. To retake that land up in the north once that's eaten up. Although the Holy Roman Empire is not going to let that stand for very long either. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, there they go. Declaring war on Denmark, Norway. And there goes the Aztecs. Wow. Impressive. Now I wonder if Castile will send these troops back to assist in Europe. Oh, on Delhi. Okay. So the Commonwealth's going after a pretty big fat piece of land against the Delhi Sultanate, who don't have an enemy now. They can't fight on the Bengal now. The Bengal lines now have been taken over. Which makes me wonder if the Bengals will recover. They don't have a huge army. Oh yeah, they're gonna get surrounded. Never mind. I was gonna say, I wonder if they can recover, but I don't think so. I don't think so anymore. Which is a shame, but it is what it is. Commonwealth doing really well at the start here against the Sultanate. It'd be interesting once they get farther in here because they've got to go south and north. The Ming just controls so much land. I'm surprised they haven't intervened in any of these Southeast Asian conflicts or against the Delhi. Excuse me. Instead, they're very focused on Japan. And that could be their downfall. Yeah, Castile pushing back again. I assume their troops from... Yep, they pulled some of their troops from... Oh, a lot of their troops from the Atlantic back to fight on that front. They've retaken Zaragoza already, moving towards Barcelona, which is a huge take. The French army looks like it's almost collapsing. And I think that's just due to... Yeah, they still have no manpower. So they have no manpower, so these troops are just... Once they're getting wiped out, they're done. Surrounded one there. Oh yeah, the French are collapsing into themselves. They're not going to be able to recover from this. This is a huge victory for Castile. This is kind of unprecedented. France really should have steamrolled them. France had the numbers. They just didn't have the equipment to be able to decisively blow, and the Castile was able to hold out long enough. Very impressive. Wow, just look at them sweep. It's impressive. Commonwealth doing well against Delhi. Still doing some work on the Bengal Sultanate here, although the Bengal Sultanate does have troops to defend. So... United Kingdom declared war on France. I thought they already did. Oh, they signed a white peace. Okay. But now they're invading mainland France. Wow. This will put England as a continental player. France was annexed. Who is Castile going to go after, though? England? No. They'll probably go after... Yeah, they'll continue warring that. So they'll go back to their holdings and stuff in America. They're going to be a Pan-American empire. Interesting. I wonder if they will land on Ireland. Ireland has some defense, but not a lot. Hmm. The major war happening right now really is Delhi Sultanate. Where are the Safavids? Oh, okay. They look like they're ready to go against the Ethiopians. Hmm. Yeah, the Delhi Sultanate's gonna get cut in half here very shortly. Which would be quite bad. It looks like Hungary's pushing south here. Hmm. I'm pretty disappointed, I have to say, in the Ottomans. I thought they would be more aggressive and better at this. But they have no manpower left. But neither does Hungary, and Moldova, which is kind of why this whole three-way war has kind of stopped. Neither of them can really push on the other. They just don't have the troops for it. And the Holy Romans just aren't interested in declaring war, I guess. There we go. The Delhi Sultanate has been fully cut in half. Most importantly, being invaded from the north into the south very quickly. I don't know if that's because the majority of their troops are there in the north. It looks like there's more in the south. And Delhi was taken. Ulaanbaatar is now their official capital. Oh, Delhi Sultanate. Yeah, Castile's invading north by the looks of it. They still have a pretty damn good army in Europe, though. Holy Romans look like they're ready to invade Castile. Hmm. Yeah, Delhi Sultanate's fully collapsing in the south here. Not good. They can't have much left. Oh, very little. It's like Denmark, Norway. There's really nothing left of them. Some minor resistance over here, some minor resistance over here. I mean, the most organized they are is in the north. And even that's pathetic at this point. Oh, and the north was split in half. Wow. How have they not collapsed? They're like literally, there they go. Now what, Commonwealth? On the Bengals. I assume that's because there's like nothing left of their army. The Commonwealth's getting really big. These other guys are being weirdly complacent. I think that's going to cost them. Now the question is, will they invade south into Bengal quickly? quickly? Or will it turn into a slog? Oops. Hmm. They're moving, but it's slow. I'm going to pause it until something interesting happens. I mean, they're probably just going to take them pretty quick. But I'll be back when something interesting happens. Alright, and the Romans decided to have enough of this three-way war, and are declaring war on the Hungarians. Hopefully the first of many little wars we see here. They're absolutely steamrolling them though, oh my god. I was wondering when the Romans were going to try and consolidate Europe. And there it goes. And now you've got... Oh, they've got another available war goal. You've got these guys on the what's left of the Venetians. Where are the Venetians? That's what I want to know. Like, oh, there they are. Okay, so they are on Crete. And Cyprus. Okay. Interesting. But they've got, like, really no... No, they've really got no other options. Wow. That's crazy. Well, yes, and they're still going after Bengal. So they're still slugging through those Burma jungles. It's going to take them a little while, so we'll just pause again until something interesting happens, and we'll see you in a few. Okay, hold on. What? So, the Holy Romans literally just declared war on Moldova, right? So right after their war with Hungary. And then all of a sudden after that, the Ottomans declared war on the Holy Romans, which really doesn't make any sense, but okay. The way this is going, the Holy Romans are probably going to go after the Safavids next, then probably like Yemen, and move into Africa, Ethiopia, right? I guess we'll see. Castile's a little too strong. They have enough weaker neighbors to kind of attack. But again, hard to say. That's if the Commonwealth doesn't take out these two and then go after the Safavids themselves. That's possible. If so, then you'll see them probably declare war on Castile, or vice versa. Kinda crazy, though. They're pushing the Ottomans really heavy here. They're having a lot of trouble against Moldova. They've got a weird front. Very weird. That could get encircled really easily. But they have the equipment. I don't think they'll get encircled. I think they'll widen that front before anything happens, right? They've taken the Moldovan capital. So whatever they're trying to do there is they split the country in half, and it's worked. The army was already weak. You're just making it weaker, splitting it in half. So, and there goes Moldova. So now they focus all their troops on the Ottoman Empire, who is just not doing good. I wonder if the Venetians will take any Ottoman land. Because I'm pretty sure they're at war with each other. Yeah, they are, yeah. Be interesting to see if that's the case. Oh, Castile doing some expanding. There's no units down there. I don't know what's going on. It's weird. The Incans have a pretty big army too. Them against Castile would be a really interesting fight. Yeah, they're just crushing them now. Oh, they've cut them off. It's Anatolia versus the Balkans and Greece. I think the Balkans and Greece have the bigger army by far. Oh yeah. There's like nothing protecting Anatolia. That's all lost. Capital now in Athens, yeah. I'm surprised at how well the Bengals have stood up. You know what I mean? It looks like they've rebuilt some of their army. But I thought they would have done a lot worse. I mean, they're still getting pushed back, don't get me wrong, but they're doing alright. Yeah, the Ottomans are trying desperately. Oh, there's this... They're almost surrounded here. Oh no. Yeah, the Holy Romans, man, they're doing really well. But yeah, they'll probably go after the Safavids next. "104 divisions for the Safavids. I'm pretty sure the Romans have way more. 329, wow. Commonwealth's doing well too, though, with numbers. Large amount of casualties, though. 466,000 from the Ottomans alone. Ouch. Yeah, they're pushing down that peninsula now. The Ottomans are pretty close to surrendering. A few of these cities, they might even be able to take it before Athens. Totally possible. Oh, man. It's rough to watch. 95%. They might make it to Athens. Athens might be that last fall. Like, if it goes, that's it, right? Hmm. Well, they fought better than the Hungarians did, so you gotta give the Ottomans that much, at least. This last little bit, they're defending pretty heavily. Although they've only got, like, the one unit there. Like, they just don't have the manpower or anything to keep up. Yeah. And they can push back. Those guys are surrounded now. Come on, just make that push. Oh, no. Down to Larissa there. These will all join. Oh, man. Craziness. Austria's sitting here. I think... Are they a puppet? I don't know. They can't justify a war goal against them, so... They'll just probably sit there forever? I don't really know. Oh, they're fighting for Athens now. Fighting for the Peloponnese now. Corinth's already fallen. Now they're fighting in Argos. Wow. And that's it. They took them. Interesting how... Oh, and there they go. Declared war on the Safavids. They got a huge army that's gonna crush them. They're gonna absolutely slaughter them. The Safavids do have a decent army, though. This isn't like a no defense thing. They're gonna try. And it'll be a longer battle. Like this one. Although the Yanagara Empire has pushed close to Rangoon now. If they can take this coastline, that'll be better. But the terrain is so crap until you hit the north of like Thailand, where you get like regular forest and plains. Then it's not too bad. But where they're at right now in like Burma, oh man, what a terrible place to be bogged down. Oh, the Commonwealth might even get cut off here. Like these guys here move this way. Overtake them, right? That could mean they get cut off. I wonder if that means they declare war on these guys. Or what would happen there. I also like how China's like just nuts. 451 divisions. That's a crazy amount of divisions. And they haven't had to fight for a while, so I imagine they're really, I don't know, infantry equipment not doing so hot on. A lot of manpower. A lot of manpower. That's one thing the Holy Roman Empire is lacking, is manpower. Safavids, yeah, they got a decent amount. Very little fighting going on the border here, though. Castile gonna bide its time. 294 divisions, not too bad. Yeah, looking like they're gonna... I don't think there's land troops here. And they could continue to move. But, what's the point? I don't really know. Doesn't make much sense to me. Oh, they did get cut off. So the Commonwealth's fighting these last troops stuck in here, which are essentially just going to be overrun. And they have no border. Well, they do. What are you going to do now, Commonwealth? Yep, that's what I thought you were going to do. Oh my. Now, these guys have 32 total divisions. That's it. 32 on what? 400? 444. Wow. That's not going to be pretty. If the Commonwealth just dedicates everything, that's not going to be a pretty war at all. My god. Now these two will get defeated at some point by the Commonwealth. And I wonder if the Commonwealth will go in on the Safavids with the Romans. Yeah, they're going to have to. Yeah, they're starting to push down in central here. And the Bengals are pushing back. I think they may as well just keep their front lines going straight through the countries. This will probably give them a good kickstart, though, against the Bengals. Now they have, like, their full front line they can dedicate, and, yeah. Like, once they take out these guys. Okay. That's still stalemated. I also like to point out that I think Constantinople's spelled wrong. Yeah, it is. Constantinople. It's Constantinople. There, they got the tan and the t backwards, so you mixed them up. God damn it. Oh my god, that was quick. I wonder if they'll just be that quick against the Bengals now. Again, rough terrain to fight in, so hard to say either way. But once they're defeated, this whole army could go and reinforce that line and start really pushing. Like, why wouldn't you, you know? Still no progress there. Wow. Yeah, these guys here are pretty much done. They just lost their capital. Why they haven't surrendered yet, I'll never know. Oh, they own the Maldives. So they might not even surrender. Oh, no, never mind. I take it back. Oh. Mahapavat. They have a navy. That's it. I'm surprised the Chinese haven't gotten in on this. You want to make quick work of them. There you go. Involve the Chinese. Yeah, they're starting to push them down. That's all they needed to happen was get cut off to do that, declare war. That was all that needed to happen. Excuse me. Yeah, they're starting to... Well, a little pushback there. They're taking Mandalay. All they gotta do is just touch those plains in the north. And that's it. Once they do that, it's over. Yeah, they're getting pushed back again. They don't really have a lot of troops on this line. Like, look at this. They've got like 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, right? Put the rest of their army on it. Well, this might last a little longer. So I'm going to stop it here until something interesting happens, and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, so the Bengals were annexed. They finally got to the plain and just steamrolled them like really quickly. And now the Commonwealth has declared war on the Safavids, which I expected to happen. The Holy Romans, they had a big stalemate here for a while, but then there was a breakthrough in the south here into Aleppo, and that was just it, and they collapsed. It's to the point where the Ethiopians declared war on them, although the Safavids had a lot of troops in Africa still for some reason or another, so they've kind of steamrolled them, but you can see that that's stopping now. As the Ottomans, or the Holy Roman Empire, continues to just absolutely eat them alive. Not too far off from capitulating there. And then depending on how the borders look, the Romans will probably go after the Ethiopians, I'd imagine. I don't think the Commonwealth is strong enough. So 584 divisions for the Commonwealth. And the Holy Romans are at 535. Okay, so the Commonwealth could declare war on them. However, the Chinese, 556. Yeah, okay, so the Holy Romans technically are weaker as far as unit count goes. So that's... The Commonwealth, holy crap, look at their factories. That's insane. Same with the Holy Romans, though. See, the Chinese, their problem is yeah, they have a lot of divisions, but they have to keep those divisions up with a very low count of factories. They do have a large stockpile, which is good compared to these two who have been fighting a lot. They don't have a stockpile. So yeah, that could be a problem. Yeah, you can see the Romans are getting into this Ethiopian land now. Yeah. That'd be it for the Commonwealth and the Safavids. I wonder if the Commonwealth will declare war on the Holy Romans. Oh, they did! While the Safavids are still alive. I wonder how that'll affect things. Will the Safavids then survive? How many divisions? I need Safavid land. Here we go. Do they have left? 58. But they're really close to capitulating, so even like if Ethiopia, like, yeah, see, they're gone. So now it'll be, Ethiopia will try to annex this shrapnel land. And now it's really Commonwealth versus Holy Roman, and whoever wins that has to go against the Ming. Although I guess they'll go against Castile first. Who has 349 divisions. But they probably also have time to stockpile too. Oh yeah. Oh, have they ever. But right now we've got two giants crashing down on each other here. Pretty close to well, actually no, the Commonwealth is less. The Holy Romans could have this one, now that they're not worrying about a war with the Safavids as well. If it happened while the Safavids were still strong, like say the Commonwealth joined in when the Holy Romans had the Safavids on a line from Aleppo down to Kuwait, right? And they were still fighting on that line, but there was nothing in the Safavids here, so they declared war on them. That might be different, because the Safavids would still have, like, 70 divisions or so. That would have to be... That would be a distraction to the Holy Roman's army. So that would be pretty intense for them. But since they don't, the only catalyst is Castile. If the Commonwealth got a big enough jump on the Holy Romans somehow, and Castile joined the fray, then you'd see the Holy Romans collapse, and the Commonwealth come out definitely on top, but it's definitely more wishy-washy here. It really depends on who gets that first major foothold and that first major push. That will really decide the winner, I think, on this one. Right now it looks like Commonwealth slightly losing in Scandinavia, pretty much a stalemate in Europe. Slight push by the Holy Romans in the Caucasus Mountain region, and starting a push by the Holy Romans in Iran and Persia area, heading into India. So right now the Commonwealth don't have a push anywhere, which is kind of bad for them, because even having one area where you're pushing could be important. Like if they were pushing in Europe but losing everywhere else, that would help them, because if they could take the bulk of Europe and which is where most of their factories are, it wouldn't matter if they were losing on the other fronts, because they could easily take that, out factory them, and then sweep behind. But that's not going to happen, I don't think. But again, it really depends. This could be a very long drawn-out war, and it really depends on who comes out on it. It could go still either way. Absolutely, we've seen it before. However, because it is going to take a long time, I am going to pause it until we really see a victor here, and then we'll come back. Okay, whoa. Whoa. They straight up murked them. I didn't even notice. I saw the front line got too close to Leningrad. The Scandinavian one got kind of up in here, close to Murmansk, but not quite there. The Caucasian front got close to Rostov, and I don't know about the front in India. But apparently that was either enough, or I just wasn't paying attention for long enough that they just collapsed. And the Holy Roman Empire took them. Wow. Really the only thing for the Holy Romans to do now is to declare war either on the Ming or Castile. And the reason I want... That was a weird noise. The reason I want them to do that is because, yes, they have the troops and the factories, but they are missing some stuff, although they do have a really high stockpile now of infantry equipment. But Castile and the Ming have had time to really stockpile. So I'm wondering if stockpile versus deficit will do anything. If not, then we'll call it. They have to kind of take this over and probably kill off Ethiopia first before they declare war on one or the other. But it will happen. They're just kind of invading this last little bit here in Bombay. Come on, there you go. I think that's all of the absentee stuff. Now, will they actively declare war? Or we have to wait for them to figure it out? Sometimes it took them a little while. I figured they'd go after, Ethiopia first. But it's hard to say. This has been a weirder kind of thing. Also, the Ming have quite a lot of divisions. This would be quite the war. Castile, shorter front, for sure. But I guess we'll have to see, and wait. Oh, it happened. Holy Roman Empire declared war on Castile first. So that means that Castile must have less units. Oh yeah, definitely do. The Ming should have way more. 566, yeah. They've got more than even the Castile's cap on the guess, so yeah. Now it all depends on whether Castile holds out and for how long. You see, there's not really any movement on the front. So Castile's obviously putting up a pretty valiant defense. Oh, there is some movement. Now it really all depends if they collapse quickly. If they're able to hold out. For how long. Oh, Dunkirk. Poor Dunkirk. Your future is not bright. It's 1510 and you've got a lot to go, man. I think there's some give kind of in here. Kind of coming down off of the Alps in northern Switzerland into the more plains of France. Seems to be a bit of give there. There's some give and take up north too, by the looks of it. Very small bits of give and take. Yeah, I guess it all depends on how long Castile can really hold out. It's got its colonies, which is great for it to fall back on. That probably means it'll defend down to the last bits of Portugal. Just because it does have that. Manpower could be an issue. Holy Roman Empire does not have that issue. Castile could have that issue. They are on all adults serve, so they are one above, I think, scraping the barrel. Yeah. So they could go one more, but they are losing quick, and that will be their main collapse, if anything. If they don't collapse before that hits 0, that will be what ends them. Now you can see already the Romans are pushing pretty heftily here. Dunkirk still stands, so that's one thing. But the Romans are pushing pretty heavily now into Castile. Not saying it isn't giving them trouble, though. I mean, they've lost 1.26. So 1.2 million casualties already. Castile at 1.6, which is a lot for both sides. Castile has run out of manpower, which means that their unit count's going to start to drop as these units get exhausted and killed off, which is bad. The less units they have, obviously, the worse off they're going to be. And you're going to start seeing the collapse of some of these formations, bit by bit. Oh, they lost Dunkirk, yeah. Which is bad. You can start to see some of these ones are really starting to suffer from numbers. That's going to be where the Romans really see their success. Is once those numbers start to really drop. Tons of units though, over 200 in the north front, 150-ish in the south. So it's not like, you know, the numbers aren't there right now. Did they go to scraping the barrel? No, it's still all duds. Okay. I'm sorry, Ferdinand. So sorry. Who's leading the Holy Romans? Maximilian. Okay. What about England? England. Good old Henry the 7th. Okay. Nice. Yeah, the Castile's still holding its own. Still 0 manpower. So they'll start losing units here. 391. So yeah, they're starting to drop. 390. Yeah, so they're gonna start to drop down. It's gonna be slow at first. Oh, 100k. Did they do scraping the barrel? Yeah. It's not enough. It's not enough. It'll replenish a little bit for some of these almost done units, but it's not going to be enough. Yeah. 387, yeah, see they're starting to drop units. The more they drop, the worse off they are. How's their... Yeah, okay, so the stockpiles are still holding though. The Holy Romans are going to gain a fuck ton of equipment if they capitulate them. Which, I mean, they probably will. I mean, there's not that many major cities and centers over here to really keep them afloat, but yeah, maybe. It's possible. They have a strong navy. Quite a strong navy. They have a lot of convoys. Oh my god. Yeah, Castile has a strong navy. I'll give them that. They're doing well defending too. I mean, look at it. They're winning most of their engagements still, despite dropping units. 382 now. I mean, they're still losing ground. These guys here are basically surrounded, which is bad. They don't have a port. I don't know how they're keeping their composure. They're not taking any attrition. Odd. But they're also not on the front line, so they're not really helping anybody anyway. Is that some pushback? Oh no, they've invaded. Oh, they broke the line. The Romans broke the southern line, took Marseille, Toulon, Montpellier, moving into Avignon. But that's gonna stretch Castile even more thin. They're just working their way. Oh, that's bad, because they can come in behind that line now. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, Castile, I thought you would be able to hold a solid front the whole way through and inflict a ton of casualties, which you have. 2.8 million casualties is nothing to scoff at, that's for sure. But you've lost almost 4 million. and your units are dropping like flies. Like, look at this. Look at that. Getting slaughtered from this, like, wraparound here. You can tell where most of the units still are in this bubble. Oh, that's just rough. Very rough. How really close they do? No, not super close. Yeah, they're gonna fight down to Lisbon, like their last ports. They will not give in. That's for sure. Just a shame. Darn shame. They could get cut off, actually, the main bulk. This here bubble moving towards Bordeaux pretty quick. Oh, they took Barcelona and everything. Took some major centers. Like in that encirclement there, that breakthrough. Oh my god. They got a lot. And they're going to cut off Brittany here soon. It's just too late for anything. They're really cool to see Castile win, but they had no chance. They would have had to have taken out the the Romans. I guess technically the Germans. The Romans way earlier than this. They'd had to have come out and just attacked to have any chance. I was still surprised how quickly the Commonwealth was taken down. I thought that would have been a much longer conflict. But they just got slaughtered. I think it's just because they were in so many like long-term wars that a lot of the troops were just exhausted. They just didn't have it in them. Whereas like the Romans took a break for a while until they started attacking like Hungary and the Ottomans and stuff, right? Oh, look at this pocket here, surrounded. Just getting slaughtered. Oh, yeah, Brittany's cut off. Some units there trying to defend. They won't get very far. The pocket was stopped, though. I mean, they haven't really moved far past here. They've been kind of like holding out, waiting for the main army, I guess. I don't really know, but it's a shame, too, because they've gotten past the Pyrenees. This would have been their last major defense point. But nope. Just wasn't meant to be. Oh, yeah, they're all done. Wow. Just destroyed. I think there's another encirclement coming here, probably. With at least, looks like 20 plus divisions. I mean, there's 8 there. 10. So 18. Oh, yeah, they got surrounded. Wow. Just wow. Good job on the Holy Romans, though. The surrounding and stuff has been... Oh, wow, 150 for Castile. Down from a high of over 400. I think close to 5. Oh. This could be a big surround. Here. If they don't get these units out. We'll have to see. Just tons of encirclements. Just slowly getting squeezed out. Wow. like 78 divisions of Armor Group 4 go that way. That's just dropping because they don't have the division count to keep up. They're like desperately like, we need to go to this like defensive line. They can't do it. Oh, these guys got surrounded and encircled. That's more. Looks like there might be an encirclement in Bordeaux. Well, little one here. Oh wow, there's a lot of divisions. 19, 21, at least 25 in that pocket. Ouch. It's like, no, like 20, 25 total. No, they took Bordeaux out. That one's done. 3 divisions there encircled. Oh yeah, they're just steamrolling them now. 50 divisions left. Wow. Oh yeah, they own Sardinia too. Forgot about that. Crazy. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna collapse. It's gonna come close. Whether they surrender fully or not. It'll be close. I'm surprised they still have over 281 factories. Like, there can't be that many over here and on Sardinia. Like, really? They're about to lose Madrid. That's gonna be a big, big loss. It's 30 victory points. It's huge. So yeah, they're fighting on that line now. They're trying to defend in Madrid, but they don't have it in them. The nice thing is it's not a huge front line, so even with reduced units, they can at least sort of man it. It's really annoying. The colors are kind of close, so when you really scroll in, it's like, ah, Madrid might get surrounded. There's nothing here anymore. There's pushing up north too. There's nothing up there. Oh, Madrid's gone. How close are they now? No, I think they will make it. Where's their next capital? Lisbon? No, Mexico's... Well, yeah, Mexico City. Alright. The Romans are never going to mount an attack on that. It's just not going to happen. Gibraltar. Malaga just fell. It's pretty much just Portugal left. Wow. One guy, one division. Still desperate. Oh, 2. There's 2. 3 now. They brought in a few from overseas. Desperately trying to defend. There, it's gone. Wow. And just like that, La Corona is gone. And they're gone. Wiped from the continent. Wow. Well, that's crazy. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here as the Holy Romans. We're going to justify war goal against the Chinese, because they're the last real, you know, bastion here of anything. And then we're going to time-lapse that, and you can watch that, and then that's it for the video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you want to see more, leave a comment, of course, of what you want to see, whether it's more Battle Royale, whether it's something else, Supreme Ruler, anything. Let me know. We're also going to do some streaming and stuff. Might stream tomorrow for a little bit. We're going to see and start that out. And if you want to support the channel, you can, of course, do so with the Patreon link in the description, and subscribe for as little as $1 per month. That all helps me both get games for you guys to watch me play, and other things. So, without further ado, we'll do a time-lapse of the Ming Dynasty, probably getting their asses handed to them pretty royally here. So enjoy. Once we... You have to observe on another one, otherwise it'll crash. Here we go. Alright. Enjoy the Ming getting probably their butts whooped.